Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And I just want to quickly say thank you all for joining the channel. We've gotten so many new people over here, and it is amazing. But I also want to quickly notify you guys that I have a Discord. So if you want to, just make sure you join that. I think it would be pretty damn cool to talk with everybody. And also, we are giving away 100 XRP, and all you have to do is make sure you press the like button. Make sure you are subscribed and make sure you comment something down below. And if we hit 1,000 likes, we're giving that away today. Having said that, I've been working on this sheet here a little bit because, well, I told you guys I am buying every single day. I made that a challenge, right? To buy XRP every single day. And today, I got myself some discount. Yes. We're down a little bit, which means a cheaper buy for me, so I can buy a little bit more. And the only thing I am wondering about is when exactly am I going to time these buys? Because right now, I've just put an order in for the day, and I put a couple, and I just kind of sit by because, well, I sit by here watching anyway. And if one of them gets hit, I just pull out. I'll just cancel the rest, and I'll be done. However, I'm kind of thinking that it may be a better strategy in place, and for that, I'm actually going to be using this crypto tracking tool that I've talked about. And by the way, if you want this sheet, you have to become a channel member, which is again done right here. However, you can also just make this yourself. It is not hard. This is just because I needed to find an incentivization, if that's the English word for it. I don't remember. For memberships. However, again, I'm going to show you guys all you need to know in just a second. And I'm adding a lot of cool things. That's why I have this bottom row here. I just got all these CSVs to put in here and hopefully get you guys all the historical data about this crypto as well. And adding in like how much profit till now and things like that. I'm thinking about adding a couple of cool things. And I've also just changed 3 things here in the sheet from last time you guys saw it. First of all, this average price was wrong. So I've changed that one. It now correlates to everything. It's just better. The total cost wasn't perfect, so I updated that one as well. And I made it clear now that you can put in either a quantity or in coins or in percentages, and they'll both correspond to this number right there. So, for example, this will stay the same. If you, for example, go for $8 and you sell 100 or 10 coins, this will only update itself, and this one I'm now building. For example, I could just put another 10% here, 10% there. You guys see what I'm trying to say here? And it will calculate the amount of coins out of your total amount of coins. And yeah, so this correlates to the amount of coins that you have in total, I hope, at least. And that supposedly will fix itself then, if I see it perfectly. Let's see. It should add up to, yes, all right, everything is good. And you can see if you hold on to those prices, it would become perfect. So yeah, I love that a lot. Hopefully you guys like it as well. And yeah, I'm going to be expanding this one here where you can put in more buys because, well, it's actually very annoying. I found here tracking all my buys right now, and I don't have the proper tools for it because if you buy every single day, it's pretty damn annoying to put everything like that in a sheet and still calculate things for yourself. So what I'm thinking is I might actually either expand this one to make it, better, or I might just put another whole sheet in here to just put inputs or just put buy-ins where it'll just calculate your average price and all your quantity and portray that in here in your overview, which again, I'm just updating constantly. I just don't know what to add perfectly, or it's just too much work because I spend hours every single day just looking at this and I upgrade it in small quantities every single time. But it does take a lot of work because I'm not that familiar with this tracking and stuff like that. But you know what? Again, let me know what you guys think about that. And let's move on here. So again, this is not an advertisement for it. You don't have to purchase it. I think you can do this all yourself. That's why I put it up here so you guys can see exactly what it is and you can just copy all this stuff, all right? If you want to make it yourself, go right on ahead. I think it's worth it because you can track everything that you've bought, first of all, which again, you can do on your own, but kind of have the numbers, right? Which are important in my opinion, like the profit, what your average price is, how many coins you have exactly, and you can make a cash out plan for yourself, like how much you're going to be having in total, right? Which is something I personally like. All right, again, this can also be possible, by the way. You can even go over 100% if you wanted to. All right, rumor about partnership between Ripple and Western Union reservices. I talk about that I'm buying quite often, but not as much as to why I'm doing that. All right, I don't really tell you guys that too often. But the main reason, which I guess most of you will also understand already, is that I know the fundamentals are perfect for Ripple. And one of those is Ripple is constantly getting new partnerships. A second is I had two main problems with Ripple. I told you guys that before, right? There were two main problems that I had, which I thought wouldn't ever be able to be fixed, at least not within the next couple of years, but they both have been fixed. And the two were, one, the issue of them being a security. That one has been fixed for two parts. One, the reason that, no, I guess it's actually just one part. The reason that, well, first of all, I don't really think it's going to be a security anymore, but also because it wouldn't matter even if they were called a security. So even if they were called that, again, they could just move outside of the US because, well, US is only 5% of their customers, and it wouldn't really matter too much in the longer run anyway. And the second one is us not knowing exactly how much XRP Ripple spends on XRP ecosystem and how much they spend on various other things. But that one has also kind of been deleted, in my opinion, by knowing that if we really wanted to, and if there was really a good reason to do so, the community, and again, this was public information, but I just never thought about it, the validators could come together and decide that Ripple should burn it all. They could. And some guys in the comment section said, well, yeah, Ripple can just get another 50 billion. No, they can't. All right, that's not how it works. XRP is decentralized, and we, as a community, theoretically speaking, if you run a validator, we decide that they can have that. And it's kind of funny in that sense, right? That they control the money, but in a certain way, we control the money that they control. Because if we decide, no, they can't have that anymore, it'll be gone, right? They cannot do anything against that. They can't stop it. And a good example of that is a little bit earlier. There was the checks feature or amendment on XRPL. Ripple was against it, and the validators were for it. And if you have 80% and you hold that for 2 weeks, again, if 80% votes yes and holds that for 2 weeks, it pulls through. And Ripple can be against it, but since they don't have 20%, or I guess they don't have 20% plus, they can't do anything about it, right? They cannot do anything about it. And that's the fun part about it all. So with that in the back of my head, I was like, well, there's really nothing stopping me from supporting Ripple to the fullest then, because if things really hit the fan and we don't trust them anymore, then first of all, XRP becomes kind of dumb because, well, I mean, if you don't trust Ripple, then XRP is not that great. But if we wouldn't want them to have it anymore, there's an option for that. And I guess the last thing that kind of remains is Jeb McCallum selling his coins, but then we also heard that Ripple is buying back XRP, so that one is also kind of evened out, because even though they didn't buy roughly enough or even at all enough to cover Jeb McCallum's sales, they did buy back, which shows a lot of trust and does help for price stabilization, so I like that. And again, the bigger part about it all is they're expanding constantly, and I have the longer term vision. I believe right now Grayscale is going in heavily into crypto, like I've told you guys about before, and they're buying mostly Bitcoin, a lot of Ethereum too, but mostly Bitcoin. And ultimately, if they get the go-ahead from the SEC, I personally think for XRP that they're going to go more heavy into XRP. Right now, they got some, like they do have XLM and Litecoin and stuff like that, but not as heavily, which I still think is going to be coming though, once people fully understand it and they get the go-ahead. Right now, though, Ethereum and Bitcoin are a lot more likely to be purchased by institutions, as they're a lot easier to do so anyway. Raoul Paul sold his gold because Bitcoin is eating the world, 300K price in 18 months. So again, I can't really confirm nor deny that these price predictions are a good or a bad thing. I just know for a fact that I would also have sold my gold had I had any for Bitcoin right now, as I do see it be in the future. All right, again, we were talking a longer term. It's almost impossible to say where exactly it'll be in 1 month or exactly in 18 months. But if we're drawing an average line, or actually I wanted to say a regression line, but it doesn't really matter. If we're drawing an average line of where we expect it to be in 18 months, on average, so to speak, so over that time period, where exactly we think it should be hovering around, 300,000 is not even that crazy of a bet. In some ways. However, I kind of feel as if 300,000 in 18 months is a little bit too early, because we're talking 1.5 year. We're talking 1.5 year to 15 times the price. It's a little bit crazy. I mean, in terms of market cap or in terms of money injections, it's not that crazy, because, well, even 15 times for Bitcoin, I don't know how much that is. You guys calculate it. It's about, let's say just $5 trillion. It's not that crazy for crypto to get to. However, 1.5 year, it's a lot of money to just flow in like that, right? Even if a lot of these companies go for their reserves, those trillions of dollars are not easy to get by. So I'm personally more on the side of maybe like 1.4 trillion or something like that, where the market cap is like times maybe 5 or times 4 to 80,000 or so, which is a lot simpler to do. $5-6 trillion is difficult, guys. So I'm kind of on the edge on that one. Even 4 trillion is very, very difficult because, again, my math is not perfect whenever I'm recording. So yeah. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink's views on Bitcoin evolve. So it's actually not that interesting to see how exactly he's evolved his mind or whatever. I don't really care. You can see here, at first he was saying index of money laundering. 3 years later, he seems to have changed his mind completely because he's very bullish. Okay, that's completely cool. The thing for me, though, is that he is actually putting this whole Bitcoin on the map with like a very big freaking red marker. He's done that very obviously. And not too many people are giving him credit for the amount of not necessarily effort, but the amount of authority that he has in the space. And I think he, sole-handedly, on his own, will actually get a lot of capital injected once more, as a lot of people trust this entity. A lot of people trust him, so I'm pretty excited about that one as well. Waters seeks rescission. I can't pronounce that word. Rescission. Again, I'm not a native English speaker. I try my best, but this one, rescission, I just cannot do it. Rescission. Oh, maybe rescission. Whatever, of OCC guidance may be part of anti-Trump, anti-crypto offensive. U.S. Representative Maxine Waters, who chairs the powerful House Financial Service Committee, wants President-elect Joe Biden to rescind, that one is fine, or monitor all type of crypto-related guidance issued by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, which is a very positive thing in my opinion. So the reason this is positive is because Brian Brooks from the OCC just came out and said, well, we do want to get regulation out in the next 6 to 8 weeks, and we don't really plan to ban Bitcoin at all. So I think this letter is actually pretty good, right? I don't really see any reason why this one would be bad unless I get the restriction thing wrong. But I can do this. Wait, let me show you guys. Sometimes whenever I'm reading, I look it up like that. Restriction, it means the revocation, cancellation, or repeat of a law, order, or agreement. Wait, that's actually a bad thing then, right? Or what? Okay, I'm getting confused now a little bit. I thought this restitution meant a positive thing. Waters seeks restitution of OCC guidance, maybe part of anti-Trump, anti-crypto offensive. Okay, no, that's a very bad thing. I actually now see the anti-crypto offensive. I thought it was like, okay, let's read it a little bit further now because this is actually not that good. Never mind. Cancel me. Cancel Dusty BC. He's dumb. He doesn't speak English. Get this guy back into his own. Okay, so Waters commented in a letter Friday follows weeks after fellow Democratic member of House Financial Services Committee criticized the OCC crypto-related actions during the pandemic. It also comes days after those same members introduced a bill that would require stablecoin issuers to seek bank charters and secure regulatory approval to issue tokens. So the situation here is Brian Brooks of the OCC first published a letter. We've talked about that before, which was very crypto positive. Then other members of the OCC countered that letter and said he needs to expand on everything he said and needs to, I guess, crack down stablecoins quite a little bit harder. In this light, Waters' action is bound to be seen as part of the coordinated effort to impose more severe regulatory oversight on stablecoins, if not all cryptocurrency, as a way to undo what she termed the harms of President Donald Trump's administration. As you begin to carry out the mandate given to you by the American people to restore trust in the federal government, I would like to highlight several areas where you and your team should immediately reverse the action of your predecessor, she wrote. In her letter, Waters called on Biden to rescind guidance by the OCC that national banks may hold stablecoin reserves as a service to bank customers. Waters is also recommending that similar guidance by the OCC that allowed federally chartered banks and federal saving associations to provide crypto custody services to customers be rescinded. Okay, so this girl is pure evil. Damn. Pure evil then. She doesn't like crypto at all. So in a sense, right, I actually see this as a positive thing for the world. As, she doesn't want people to get hurt by stablecoins and doesn't want their economy to fall. However, for crypto and from my perspective, this is pure evil. This is very, very bad. Wow. Okay, my opinion has changed quite a lot reading this article just now. I thought it would be a quick little show that she's also on. I didn't even want to include this one because I thought this was just another predecessor to the the Brian Brooks thing of the OCC, where he said 6 to 8 weeks before we'll get regulation. So that's why I didn't even read it. All right, I thought this was just exactly the same thing, but I goofed up, and this article is really heavy, and wow, wow, I'm just really amazed by her heavy statements here. Okay. Each of the recommendations would undo work conducted by Brian Brooks, the acting controller of the currency. Brooks was recently nominated to serve a full 5-year term by Trump. Your appointed officials at the OCC must also not assume, as their predecessors have, that a law Congress passed over 150 years ago somehow gives them authority to provide a national bank charter to non-bank fintechs or payment companies, she wrote. So I don't agree with that one once more. I mean, the law was passed over 150 years ago. Doesn't mean that it doesn't count anymore, right? Because the law is still there. So if the law is there and he uses that law, it gives him authority literally, right? So I don't get that either. However, I might be biased here, guys, so let's not cover this too much then, because I think I am biased against her already just for the heavy statements that she pulls up against crypto. So, and I like Brian Brooks. He's very positive about crypto all the time. So, I can't be the best one to cover this one for y'all. Wow, I just had a roller coaster of emotions though. What's going on here, guys? What is she thinking? She wants to pull it all back. No, I don't like that at all, guys. I don't like that at all. This very heavy statement. Just everything that Trump was doing here for crypto, then it was all wrong. Huh. Damn. But there's more. All right, it's not like she's the only one that's against Brian Brooks from the OCC. There's a lot of them. All right, there's a lot of them. But damn, let's see how that's going to pan out, though. I'm kind of excited to see how Brian Brooks is going to save himself, or whether or not he even respond to stuff like this, or whether he just doesn't care. Because he must be getting a lot of criticism anyway, so maybe it's just a normal day for him. He doesn't really mind it. But I don't know how much power she has. I really don't know the U.S. system that well. U.S. representative who chairs the powerful House Financial Services Committee. Okay, yeah, I need to look that up to see how much power she exactly has to be pulling things around like that. Digital currency is in Congress' annual defense bill. President Trump is threatening to veto it. So this is a different side. I just shared it in the Telegram group, by the way. I made a Telegram channel where I'll just be sharing the most important crypto news. I kind of thought you guys didn't like it, but now that I came back, a lot more people joined. So I'm going to be updating that surely, hopefully every single day. This year's National Defense Authorization Act is nearing completion. It includes new language that broadens the definition of currency to include digital currencies, which is very positive for us. We wanted some clarification on what exactly a currency is, right? And we were already going to be getting that. But that will also help clear up crypto further. And President Trump is threatening to veto it because it doesn't repeal Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. And again, this is more into the, law and all that type of stuff. So I recommend you guys to just check this out yourself, since I don't want to cover this type of stuff too much over on YouTube, since I know they don't like it too much. However, I did want to make you guys aware that this is going on, as I think it's a pretty important thing. And then talking briefly about Flare once more, I will be claiming my Flare Spark tokens. However, I do not think it will earn us a lot of money, so you guys must know that. And Ripple has started Fun Fact Fridays. Think you know everything about crypto and blockchain? Today we're kicking off Fun Fact Fridays to boost your knowledge. Fun Fact Friday: David Swartz, Ripple's CTO, actively contributes to Bitcoin's code base. His first commit was July 25th, 2011. He's been here for a very, very long while. And guys, also, I've been recommending Weeple for a little bit here to a lot of people. The main reason is, again, this is not your thing if you want to get the private keys from your crypto, but it's kind of a thing, in my opinion, where I feel that the money is quite safe. And I also just think it's an easy way to use this exchange if you're from the US, because if you make an account, I just believe if you even open the account, you get 2 free stocks. And if you deposit like $100, you get 2 more free stocks for the next couple of days, I believe. And the thing is, I personally, in the Netherlands here, would love if they were to also create such a system. Now, of course, if you have an ITIN, so if you're from Europe or whatever, and you have your American credentials, you can also use this. But normally it's only for US citizens then. However, it's so amazing that some of these platforms have stocks and crypto in just one place, and I just love it. I just really, really love it. So then to also get 4 stocks for free, they got me, all right? I think it's amazing. So that's why I'm recommending it right now. And also because I saw a lot of finance YouTubers talk about this. And when I checked it out, they added crypto a couple of days ago. So it's really, really cool in my opinion. Now, once more, you're not getting your private keys to these cryptos. It's the same thing as if you were to buy Bitcoin on Cash App or PayPal or stuff like that, where you can just have the value, and if Bitcoin goes up, you're making money. So this stuff is just for trading crypto, right? If you want to hold, that's fine as well. If you want to withdraw and do stuff like that, this might not be your best option. But I've also been recommending some of my friends this that are from America that are kind of afraid of taxes and for further regulation. Why? Well, we saw with Coinbase that they've kind of warned that if you are not having your money on Coinbase and they do something against self-custodied wallets, you may just have a freaking ton more effort on your head. Or in another sense, that this platform is, I think, in my opinion, a lot clearer with how taxes work in a certain sense than some miscellaneous sketchy exchanges all around the world, right? Because, well, you're sending money there, and how are you going to go about you buy and sell a crypto, that's a new action and stuff like that. Here, everything is just on one exchange, and you don't really have anything to do with the underlying coins in that sense. You have to do with just normal exchange stuff, so to speak. It's just normal. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, to just see everything, and you can just ask support if you have normal questions. With these crypto exchanges, I just feel like it's also sketchy in a certain sense. But maybe that's just my bias once more as well. You know, I am biased against crypto exchanges because I've seen so many quit over the last couple of years. I've lost so much money in various exchanges going rogue. So maybe that's me, but again, that was my 2 cents for today. I'm buying crypto. I don't really matter. I don't really care what you guys do. If you're not buying crypto, it doesn't really matter. I am. And I'm just letting you guys know about that. These videos are not meant to make you buy. They're not meant to make you buy my, what's it even called? Crypto tracking sheet at all. And again, they're not meant to make you become a member. I just said it's a possibility, and also said there's a possibility to go into Discord. However, again, you don't have to. It's all free, you know, free of charge. No, how do you say that? You can decide whatever you want to do yourself. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.